today for you, I got a review for you. So yes, today I will be reviewing the Netflix original movie of Death Note live action. Before I get into this, I'm sort of making this, as you can see from the title of this video, this is going to be a bit different from my previous reviews because I'm kind of going to turn this into a series of when I actually review on my channel. So yeah, so I'm going to basically call this series, was it good, was it bad, or was it meh? Because sometimes that is usually the three categories movies and TV shows and anything really could be put into good, bad, or meh. So guys, tell me down below in the comments if you want me to do kind of more reviews on this channel. Like, I don't know, give me like your suggestions down below saying, Katie, I think you should review this series. Katie, I think you should review that series. Because I'm always looking for like, or you should review this movie. When I say suggest some stuff, you can suggest me movies, TV series, comic books, manga books, anything you want really, and I will review it for you. But I will say there are some like movies I will not review because I'm leaving that to the collab channel that I do with Jason, which is A Wild Gamers Appeared. Links down below if you want to check that out. So yes, so let me know down below in the comments what you want me to review. Anyways, let's get on with the review. So, the Death Note live action movie that Netflix has made. Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it meh? Well guys, have I picked a doozy for my first episode of this? Because honestly, this movie, oh dear lord, I don't know exactly how to put it into words, but basically, my whole thing is, if you are a Death Note fan, you are not going to like this movie. In no way, shape, or form, you are going to like this movie. And if you're someone who isn't a Death Note fan, and maybe have never heard of the anime, and maybe you're just not an anime fan, you might be in between of the meh or it was bad. Cause, my god, I'm going to basically say my thing. Honestly, for me, I tried to stay positive about this movie, like, especially when it was announced that this was happening. I pretty much was like every other Death Note fan was like, oh dear lord, no, we don't need another Dragon Ball evolution thing to happen again. And I agree, nobody wants that to happen again. But basically, I was very much like, you know what, I'm going to keep an open mind about this. I am going to see how it goes and keep positive about any news that I hear. Like when the casting was revealed, the trailers came up, I tried to give a positive outlook and maybe the film wouldn't be that bad. Honestly guys, I think my positivity may be the death of me one of these days because I don't know how to stay positive about this movie. As much as I tried to find things that were positive about it, not so much. The movie was kind of generic, to be perfectly honest. It was very much an action kind of flick. It was very generic, the characters were kind of really generic, the plot was generic, the relationships were generic, it was just eh. So basically, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll talk about the characters, then the storyline, and then just obviously my final thoughts on it. Before I get into the characters, guys, I will say that there are going to be spoilers. So if you care enough to, you know, want to know nothing about this movie and just go on your own, then go to Netflix, or if you don't have Netflix, I'm pretty sure a friend of yours has one that you can just borrow and go, yo, let's just watch this movie and see what the fuss is about. But yeah, anywho, remember there will be spoilers because I'm about to spoil a lot of things. So anyways, yes, let's get on with the characters. Now, let's first talk about Light Turner. Light Turner. Okay, so I get they were trying to keep the names and all that, but I don't know why, but for me, cannot believe that someone would call their kid Light Turner. It doesn't sound right. to be perfectly honest. But again, that's just me. But anyways, yes, let's get on to Light as the character. Well, Light pretty much was angsty teenager. Angst teenager. He was, they tried to show that he was a genius, but no, it didn't really work that well, to be perfectly honest. Like, in my books, I think it just, because basically what they did was like, oh look, he's doing everybody's homework and getting paid for it, he's a genius. You need to show a little more than that, like show rewards, show maybe that he has a very bright future and stuff like that, that yes, he is a genius, not Mr. Angsty over here. But yeah, because that's one of the things about Light in the anime, that it was very clear that this man was going places and he was going to be very successful, and he was pretty much a genius. Of course, and then got corrupted by the Death Note, but that's another thing. But this was just, and also the acting from this man. Nat Wolf, I have seen you act in other things, and also you do a lot of really good work with your acting skills. But in this, dude, your game wasn't up. Like, just the scene where Ryuk is introduced, like, honestly, we were supposed to find this scene intimidating. I was laughing because of freaking, Light's scream. Like, really? That's how you... It looked more like he was... it didn't sound natural. It wasn't like an actual scream of, oh my god, this thing is going to kill me. It was kind of just like, the director was like, yo, Nat, scream. And then that's what he did. Like, it was just straight, and then to be like, oh, that's fine. One take, that'll do. They did try and make it seem like he was sort of like Light in the anime, but it just didn't really work. So yeah, and also the way they tried to make it as though Light was misunderstood and he realized that what he's doing could be bad. That's one of the things that's kind of just like, nah. It's like, one of the things I like is the fact that Light in the anime is pretty much like, yo, I'm doing good, I don't know what you're talking about, killing people? Pfft, I'm doing good. So, yeah. That's about pretty much my thoughts on Light. And yeah, anyways, right, Mesa, or Mia, I guess. Now, if any of you know, in the anime, Mesa, I'm not the hugest fan of her because she's kind of really annoying, but that's the point. In this movie, Mia is kind of just Miss Edgelord, really, because in the opening scene where obviously Light gets the Death Note, we see that Light is looking at Mia, and she's a cheerleader, and she has a cigarette in her hand, like trying to show off that she's edgy. And to me, it's just like, this girl is not supposed to be like Miss Popular and cheerleader. She's just like Miss, like, I'm pretty sure, like, was there no teachers around or something? Because I'm pretty sure she would get in trouble for smoking on a campus. And also, like, yeah, so it was like, oh, I'm a cheerleader, but I also smoke. Look how edgy I am. Like, really. And also, like, they still made her, obviously, like, really, like, Light. Mia's character was kind of like, obviously ended up her being the real bad guy out of this all, because she was pretty much just like, I want the Death Note, give me. But basically, because, you know, she tricked Light and everything, you know, stealing a page out of the Death Note so that, you know, Light couldn't save Watery, and basically, yeah, all that ensues. And honestly, one of the things I would have really liked about Mia if they've done this was it was still clear that she really liked Light, like she loved him. I would have really liked it better if she had no feelings for Light whatsoever. Like, she just really wanted the Death Note. That was it. She did not want anything to do with Light. She just really wanted the Death Note because she wanted that power. and she just tricked Light into thinking that she liked her. And that would have been way more interesting to me for her character if she was pretty much like, I never loved you, I just wanted the bloody Death Note, now give me my book. But no, they still had to obviously make her like Mesa and basically love Light, which was like, you could have easily made it different because you made so many other changes, why not? Because obviously I don't believe this person is meant to be the Mesa that we know, so why not have it that she has no feelings for Light whatsoever? It makes a lot of sense. But again, of course, no. That would have been an interesting plot twist, but no, they didn't go for that. Okay, so let's talk about L. Now, I will have to say, in the first half of the movie, L was, like, the guy who played L was fantastic. He had all, like, the elements of L down to a T. His mannerisms, like the way he sits, also they still had his candy obsession, and it worked. It worked really, really well. And then the second half of the movie happened, and L just completely changed. Like, he was a completely different character. He was making so many mistakes and so many rash decisions, and it was kind of like, this ain't L. Like, L wouldn't do this. The second half of the movie was kind of just like, well, no, this straight up is a different character. It's not L at all. It's not the way they set him up. It was fine if they didn't set him up like they did in the first half, where you can see that he could be irrational, but he didn't. So that is why I feel like it didn't work. It felt like Act 1 L and Act 2 L were completely different people. Like, they just straight up got a different person to play L, who just happens to look like the actor. But no, it was I was kind of like, I was happy with L in the first half, not so much in the second half. Okay, now I'm only going to talk about one more character, and that is Ryuk. I have to say, Ryuk, the fact that they got Willem Dafoe to play Ryuk was a stroke of genius. Whoever came up with that casting idea, well done, because he was fantastic. I have to say, like, the best character in this movie was Ryuk. That was pretty much was Ryuk all the way, and it was just fantastic. Willem Dafoe did a fantastic job. The way that they made Ryuk looked fantastic. And yeah, I think Ryuk was like the best thing in this movie. They did an amazing job on that. Too bad they couldn't do that with the rest of the characters, but oh well. Alright, now let's get on with the story of what happened. Basically, it sets up that Light basically, his mother was killed by a criminal who got away, and he's mad at his father, the fact that basically the police are doing nothing about it. And then once he gets the book, he realizes that obviously he can right the wrongs in the world and basically become a god. Kind of like in the anime, except obviously Light's mother didn't die. I will say though, like, Light's first kill was a bit like, really? Out of all the people you could have chosen for your first kill, it's a bully? A bully. Really. Someone who might have grown up out of it and changed, or got what life had coming to him. But no, you had to kill him off because that was a good first victim, apparently. Because that guy was just a kid. Like, kids make mistakes and grow up to realize they've done something dumb. Or sometimes they don't, but that just depends on the person. And honestly, it was kind of like, to me, I was just like, really? Your first victim is a bully? Like, again, with the anime, like, Light's first victim was a guy who harassed a woman and stole her purse. That makes more sense. But, really? A bully? Okay, sorry. I'm just kind of just like, really? You used the Death Note to kill a bully? Anyway, sorry. That rant over. But yeah. Once he has control of once he has the Death Note and blah blah blah, there's one thing that happens in this scene, and honestly it made me go, oh dear God, why? So basically, there's a conversation between Light and Mia, and basically, Light just straight up tells her that he has a Death Note. Okay? Really? Like, just because a really attractive girl comes up to you, you're gonna go straight up tell her about a Death Note? Like, even like, again, it made more sense in the anime that Light never told anyone about the Death Note. The only way Mesa found out was because she figured it out on her own. So I don't know why they couldn't have the girl figure it out on her own instead of just Light just being like, yeah, straight up, I have the Death Note. And of course, after all of that, we have a little montage about them killing a lot of people and then basically making the name Kira. And basically, then Light and Mesa, or Light and Mia, whatever, and basically Light and Mia became a thing, and it was like, well, that happened. Like, to me, it happened way, way too fast. It was pretty much like, it's pretty much like, oh, I kill people, and I'm like, I like to see people die. Let's get together. Whatever. But yeah, that to me just kind of just felt really, really forced. Like, that relationship just came out of nowhere. And like, in the beginning of the film, it looked like Mia was, sorry, I'm always going to confuse the names, but Mia was with another guy from the one in the shot. So what happened to that guy? Yeah. And then, of course, when L comes in, again, fantastic. He basically figures out how, like, a very good reasoning on how he figures out how Light could possibly be Kira. And yeah, and it works really well for that. But then, and also, I don't know, the relationship also between Light and his dad seemed kind of forced too. Like, didn't seem there at all. Like, I feel like the relationships in this movie alone, like, doesn't matter who, like, say for like Mia, Light and his father, L and Light, like L and Watery, L and Light's dad, a lot of it's just like, okay, that's a thing. But honestly, the relationships to me just didn't work, and a lot of times felt a lot of times very forced. So I feel like they just didn't work. I feel like, again, because Death Note, the anime, is like a lot of episodes, and then they're trying to basically cram all this in like an hour and a half, it doesn't work. And that's why it is hard to adapt all of this into a movie that's been a series before. But yeah, so that didn't work. When it was revealed that Mia basically betrayed Light, and it basically made it that Light was not such a bad guy, and basically Mia was the bad guy. I didn't like that. Like, it just, again, I get they were trying to do something different, but it still, to me, didn't really work as well. And then that ending where Light survives the Ferris wheel accident, which makes kind of sense how it happened, but then when we see L find the page that Mia had ripped out of the Death Note and looking like he's about to use it, which to me is never, like, again, I don't want to try and keep comparing it to the anime, but honestly, it's just like, no, it just doesn't work with his kind of character to begin with, like, especially for the first half. It's just like, it's a completely different thing, and yeah, the whole ending was just, honestly, it felt like they were maybe leaving it off to make it be there could be a sequel, which I kind of hope isn't going to be a thing, because they really didn't do well in this version of it anyways. But yes, anyways, honestly, I didn't like it, so I'm going to put it in the bad section, because honestly, for me, I just didn't enjoy it at all. And it's not just because I'm a Death Note fan either, it's also just the way the movie, like, to me, I feel like if I wasn't a Death Note fan and went into this, I wouldn't have liked it. Just the way that it was shot, kind of, I don't know why, but it kind of felt very student filmy. And I should know this because I was a media student, so I know what a student movie can look like, and it just didn't look like this. Looked like this could have just been a movie that a bunch of students made, which makes a lot more sense. And honestly, can I just say, we found out that the creator of the Death Note liked this movie? Was he just being kind? Because, yeah, the movie was just, to me, it was just very generic. And honestly, again, I just don't think it's a good movie. But again, what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you think that it is in the bad section, or do you think it's in the meh section? As I said in the beginning of the video, I did say if you're not a Death Note fan, I'd say you either think it's bad or meh. So, but that's what I said there. But if you are a Death Note fan and you found some way that you enjoyed it, or maybe you did like it a bit, tell me down below in the comments exactly what you like, because I'd like to see that kind of opinion as well. So I give this movie 2 stars. Anyways, yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe for more geeky themed videos, and until we meet again,